And of course, this is a very, very special day. It's the 40th anniversary of the Mayaguez event, or last battle of Vietnam War.
Now this wasn't here, this is grown up, but I believe we were right there pushed in against them trees.
The purpose of coming out here today is to remember the fallen, number one. Two, of course, to look at the battle sites where everybody fought, and just to give thanks for what they did, for their sacrifices. There were so many that sacrificed.
I had 2 tours in Vietnam.
What's that?
And what happened here affected me more than 2 tours in Vietnam.
And in the battle, he said himself he wasn't scared even to lose his life to protect the territory by that time.
I looked at these kids last night. I stayed up all night long, right? I'm watching these college kids run up and down, just not a care in the world, you know? And that's 3 months prior to what this was. That's exactly what these kids were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So see the tree that just towers over everything?
Yeah.
All right, straight down from that. You see that rock that's kind of laying there sideways?
Yeah.
That's where I was at all day.
I yelled at the top of my lungs, boys, they know we're here. And we got set up. And we started crawling, set a 360.
And Sniper crawled up in that tree, and I mean, you just look up and it's right there. We're dead in his sights. So when Tatelli got back, I explained to him what was going on, and he took one of the machine guns and he just started spraying that tree, and 2 guys dropped out of that tree.
Trees just start flying all over the place, and I told my patrol, run to the beach and turn right, go! I couldn't catch them. They were gone. That's the best order they ever followed. I was definitely the last one there. Man, there was 4 others looking at it.
Got up, took about 3 steps, and a mortar, grenade, whatever, something went off about like that close to me.
Yeah.
And it shattered the handheld on the M16, laid my hand open, got a piece of shrapnel going in right there.
It was a bad day, some bad decisions, some real bad decisions.
In a way it's good, and in a way it's some mixed emotions.
Yeah.
It's really good that for the first time I'm here with them son.
Yeah.
And I have received some answers to some of my questions that I failed to get from the government.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that I have to go to the enemy side to get answers where I can't get any from my own government.
Yeah.
So that's disappointing and frustrating.
And that when the last chopper came in, it was just, I mean, my heart was, because they've been popping them flares, and so now the woods are all moving on you, and you can hear them crawling in on you, and I mean, I was petrified by that time.
You know, I told my wife, and this is pretty important for me and for her, is that on the boat ride over here, I said, maybe I'll treat you better, because I haven't treated her good. So, I'm not taking away from Marshall Hall and Hard Grove and those who lost, but it's just something that came to me, and you know, I just hope this does help me with some of the healing and dealing with it better.
Right.
It's not going to go away.
Right.
I mean,
The helicopter was sitting right on the trail with his back end laying on the trail, okay? But no lights, completely dark. And I am motating. I mean, I'm running. And when I got there, didn't know I was there. I couldn't hear nothing yet. And by the time I realized I was there, one leg hit the ramp, and the other leg missed, and I head first right into the side of that helicopter. And Gunny and the, I forget his name, but and didn't know it at the time anyways, but the PJ, the rear gunner, you know, dragged me on, and then we sat for, it was probably a minute or 2, you know, while they're still out looking for anybody else, stragglers, but nobody else came on except for the PJ and Gunny.
He said the story is too long, and it was 40 years ago, and he couldn't remember all of the parts. And his feeling now is just everything is over. Even though if he said but nothing is coming back. So it's over. And that's this feeling now.
These men will always be remembered by their survivors and their friends, their families, and they will never be forgotten.